Hey, I'm Zeus, back in the DelmarvaLife kitchen to prepare for you the most amazing pork chop. And guess what else? We're doing dessert. It's showtime.
We are all familiar with the classic dinner dish of pork chops and applesauce. I had to say it that way. But in the culinary realm, it's all about how to elevate simple flavors.
And just for good measure, we have the expert here to remind us on how we can do that, and that includes you. With us in the DelmarvaLife kitchen again, Chef Jesus Gordiany from Benvenuto Restaurant. I feel like we should have suddenly applause and angels singing.
And the crowd roars.
Oh, thank you so much.
So what are we doing here?
So today we are preparing our 14-ounce Berkshire pork chop. All right, and this is the same exact one that we use at the restaurant.
Is it like a certain cut of
Yes,
Berkshire?
absolutely. So Berkshire, so a lot of folks might say, well, what is Berkshire? Berkshire is a heritage breed of pork. Now this, originally these pigs came from England, all right, and they have a history that goes back about 300 years. So it's much different from, domestic, pork.
Really?
And I find that it cooks up very tender, super juicy. But this guy has also been brined. So we make a brine, just like you would, for your turkey at Thanksgiving.
Right, yeah.
We brine this guy so we know that we're going to ensure a beautiful sear on it. It's going to be super juicy, super moist, super tender.
And that's what we're going to do here?
So we need a super hot pan, all right?
Okay.
And we're going to sear this thing, right? So we just start off with a little vegetable oil. All right, now, for this pork here, what we're going to do is we're going to season it up. And all you're going to use is just a little bit of kosher salt.
Okay.
All right, or a little sea salt. This is a 50-50 spice rub that we use, okay?
You're not going to tell us what's in it?
We can't.
I can always tell when it's a secret.
We can't.
It's 50% of this and 50%
Yes,
of that.
Absolutely. And just a little bit of fresh ground black pepper.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, now you can see that, you guys at home, you can see that pan is smoking.
Yeah, it is.
This has to be smoking hot in order to get a good sear, and you'll hear it. So you hear that sound?
Oh, yeah.
And that's what you want to hear, okay? So what we're doing is we are literally just searing this, because what does searing do? We make sure that we're searing all those juices on the inside, right, so that they can't get out, and that's what's going to give you a super, super tender pork chop. So what we're going to do is we're going to sear this guy, and then we're going to finish it in the oven, because it's super thick.
Yeah.
It's 14 ounces. And you'll see that the sear goes really well. So now for you guys at home also, when you're searing, make sure that the meat is really dry, okay?
Oh, okay.
Yes, because so just use a towel like this one, or paper towels. You want to pat it nice and dry. Otherwise, you're going to be boiling it. All right, if there's too much moisture, you'll never get a good sear.
Makes sense.
Yes, that moisture will keep the pork from searing. And you saw how nice and dry this one was, and I'll show you. Just that quickly, you're going to see how quickly that's seared. Look at that.
Oh, wow. Yes.
I mean,
So
and that's
a piece this thick, how long is it going to take in the oven?
It's going to take about 15 minutes in the oven.
Okay.
Yes. And what we're looking for, me personally, I go for maybe a nice medium well on my pork.
Okay.
All right. And there were a lot of scares, let's say back in the day.
Yeah.
Right, with things like trichinosis and folks being afraid to eat pork, cook the temperature. I haven't heard of any trichinosis in pigs, and I can't tell you how many years. So I've always cooked this, to a specific temperature, and that's just the way I eat it.
Yeah.
So once you have both sides seared, and you can see how beautifully seared
It is beautifully
this pork
seared.
chop is, it really is. What we're going to do now is we're going to put on this sizzle plate. That's what we call these things at the restaurant. Don't be afraid to baste this with a little bit of that oil. See that? You hear that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. See how beautiful that is? Now, Jimmy, we're going to place this in the oven. It's a 350-degree oven, and that's going to go in.
Let me show it off here real quick to Evan over here so you can see it before it goes in.
Absolutely.
Isn't that gorgeous?
Yes, it really is. It really is.
So what are we going to do in this pan?
So now we're going to start our sauce.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is add some dried cherries.
Dried cherries.
These are dried cherries, all right? And we want to start to see how the color's changing on them? We're going to use some apples, all right?
Sounds
Use
good
some
already.
apples, yes. We're going to add some brandy to this. Now, at the restaurant, this brandy usually flames up. It may not flame up here, only because, we don't have the flame. But what we're really doing is we want to cook the alcohol off.
Okay.
All right? We want to cook that alcohol. And you can cook the alcohol without flambeing it. So the flambeing is kind of like, oh, that looks really cool.
Yeah.
All right? So we're going to get these apples and that going. We're also going to use this beautiful whole grain mustard here. Okay, we're going to add some whole grain mustard to this. All right, we are also going to add our stock. This is a stock that we make at the restaurant, just to kind of marry everything together.
Okay.
All right, see how nice that's looking? All right, this is pure maple syrup.
Ooh.
All right, pure maple syrup. The other stuff's cool, you know, if you're making pancakes for the kids at home, but, you know, we only want the best. So,
Fresh out of the tree.
It is fresh out of the tree, the one that's out back. All right, so now you can start seeing how beautiful this sauce is starting to look, all right?
And how long will that cook?
Oh my goodness, this only takes a few minutes. So really, what you want to do is you just want to reconstitute the cherries with all these beautiful flavors, and you want to just tenderize the apples a little bit. Not so much where they fall apart, you still want them to have a little bit of bite, okay? And then what we do is at the very end, obviously we have to season, so I can use a little bit of salt and pepper, and of course the taste, all right? And then we do something that's called menthe de beurre, all right? It's a fancy term that the French use. Basically it just means melt with butter, okay? So once you get your sauce, see how it's starting to reduce and it's starting to come together? What we do then is we shut the heat off, and we're going to take these little dollops of butter, okay? And we're just going to add this butter to this sauce, all right? And because there's no heat, what it's going to do is it's going to start to pull everything together, and it's going to give it this beautiful sheen. You see that already?
I see it. I see it.
All right. So we're going to literally finish this sauce up. We're going to have our pork coming out momentarily, all right, and then we're going to plate this up and let you guys taste it. What do you guys think?
Ooh, I like that. We're going to be spending some more quality time with Chef Zeus in the kitchen. Don't go anywhere. DelmarvaLife will be right back. Right now, you're watching DelmarvaLife, and we're in the DelmarvaLife kitchen.
Yes, we are.
And what we are witnessing in the DelmarvaLife kitchen today is nothing short of culinary perfection. And of course, it's all courtesy of none other than Chef Jesus Gordiany of Benvenuto Restaurant. This has been something. During the commercial break, you put some other things together, but this sauce has just evolved into something amazing.
It has, and you know, our good friend here, Jimmy's pulling that out. Look how beautiful that is.
Oh, look at this. Gorgeous.
Absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Right? It really is. So now
so what are we going to do now?
Right, so like any good dish, we're going to just pop this in here, okay? So go back in here, and we're going to plate this guy up. All right?
Okay.
So what we're going to do is very simple.
That's a big plate.
Yes, it is, and this is one from the restaurant. So what we are literally doing here is we're going to just take a nice dollop here of our beautiful buttery whipped potatoes that we do at the restaurant, and these are loaded with butter. Look at that. All right. We are also going to use some vegetables. See that?
Ooh, got some zucchini
Get a
in
shot of
there.
that, all right? Yeah. They're real simple. Just a little oil, olive oil if you prefer, a little salt, a little pepper.
Very basic.
Yes, and just look at how beautiful these colors are. All right, because remember, we eat with our eyes first, right?
Sure.
All right, and then we're going to take this pork chop. All right, Jim, you did a great job on this, by the way.
Not you.
My goodness, look at that. All right, and what we're going to do is, just for a little freshness, we're going to just finish this with a little bit of fresh parsley. I mean, look at how beautiful this sauce is. And then we're just going to take this sauce. My goodness.
Oh my goodness.
We're going to spoon this right over this beautiful Berkshire pork chop. My goodness, look at that.
Almost too pretty to eat, Jimmy.
All right, hey, camera guy, can we get a shot of that?
The working word here is almost.
Yeah, look at that. I mean, that's a work of art, isn't it?
It is. It absolutely is.
You better hurry up and get a good shot of that. 'Cause this is
Yeah,
about
I
to
think
go away.
Jimmy's ready to dig in.
My goodness.
Right.
And when I say
Chef.
Jimmy, I mean me.
Please.
So we're going to come over here.
Okay, we're over here.
We're going to take a bite.
Man. Thank you.
That screams holidays as well, doesn't it?
It really does. I tell you what,
So yeah, feel free to spin it around, make it easier for yourself to cut. And that chop should be super moist, super tender.
He was bragging about these potatoes.
I know. You need to get a little scoop of potatoes in
And
there.
there's good reason.
All right. So we add potatoes to our butter, is what we do.
Right?
Yeah, we add potatoes to our butter.
Oh my! The flavors, the sauce, the flavors in that sauce. It's like an explosion.
It's something else, isn't it?
So tell us again, we don't have to come to the DelmarvaLife kitchen to get this.
No, you come see us at Benvenuto.
You got it
Here
there.
in Milford.
So right in beautiful downtown Milford.
Oh my
And you have
goodness.
to stop in and see us. This is going to stay on the menu until our new menu comes out. So you still have a couple months to stop in and try it out.
I definitely will.
Yes. It's
But what about
definitely-
dessert?
Well, you know what? You guys mentioned it. We do have the most amazing dessert that's going to complement this pork chop really well. And if you guys stick around, we're going to show it to you. DelmarvaLife will be right back.
There's a theme in the DelmarvaLife kitchen today. It's not just the delicious tastes and smells. What you're looking at is the very beginnings of what's coming next.
Yeah, and of course, Chef Zeus is here in the DelmarvaLife kitchen. He's with Benvenuto Restaurant. And we used the maple flavors in our pork chop. Now we're going to use the maple flavors for dessert.
Oh, I cannot wait.
Yeah, you cannot wait. You just put this thing in front of me.
Yeah.
That could only mean good things. All right, what are we making?
So this is a cake that we do at the restaurant. It is our pumpkin maple cake, and the way we set this up, some folks would consider it a trifle, right? So it's a beautiful individual dessert. I'm going to show you how easy it is. So, and for folks at home, you can really make any version of this that you like for the holidays. If you like an apple cake, if you want a banana bread, or anything like that. So what I do is, you can get these anywhere. We have these little cups here, and all you do is, once your cake comes out, we flip it upside down because it's easier to kind of, stamp these out. And with your cup, all you're doing is you're just making little rounds, you see?
Oh, okay.
And this is really, I mean, I know it sounds like it's a lot of work, but it really is this simple. So you see what we're doing here? So we're really stamping these out, okay? And I'll show you how easy it is to put these together, see? Now the cake comes up, all right? And all we do is, literally, you can just press these
Push it back
down.
down. Can I try?
Absolutely, please. And Jimmy, you can get in there and try one as well.
Oh, if I must.
Boom, get down there. Get down there.
Right? So you're kind of, pushing them down.
Yeah.
We're going to wipe the sides here. Okay. I'm going to
Recognize it
do
pretty,
this guy.
right? Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
See how nice and easy that was?
Yeah.
Now, what we have that we do at the restaurant as well is a syrup here. And this is a 50-50. All right. So it is 50% pure maple syrup and 50% of a simple syrup. So simple syrup is just 50-50 water, sugar.
Sugar.
A lot of bartenders use it for
Yeah.
their drinks, to sweeten their drinks. A lot of pastry chefs use a simple syrup so that they can keep their cakes nice and moist.
So you're putting a layer of that on top of the cake.
You have to have that beautiful maple flavor. Now, what we also have here, this is our icing, if you want to call it. And we mix this up in our beautiful mixer here.
Yeah.
And this is just a combination of cream cheese, okay? This also has heavy cream, it has sugar, a little bit of cinnamon, a little bit of nutmeg.
Oh my goodness.
So that it pulls.
It's like you're talking Christmas.
Exactly.
Exactly, yeah.
I mean, look, it's almost the holidays, right?
Yeah.
So what we want to do is we want to just put enough on here. Okay, we're going to just set this aside, and with this offset spatula that I have here, okay, we're just going to kind of level this off.
Okay.
See what I'm doing here?
Yeah.
All right, because it has to look nice too. All right, and then you're just going to give that a little wipe on the sides for me.
Okay.
All right. All right, Jimmy, you can do that one.
All right.
See how easy it is to put these together?
Yeah.
There's another.
It's hard not to oops, accidentally stuck my finger in there.
Exactly. And, that's the
taste.
fun part of it. Exactly what we're doing right now. We're cooking together, right?
Yeah.
And you have to have fun while you're in the kitchen, all right?
Sure.
So now that we have these put together, I'm going to set this guy over here. And these are great for serving at home, right? So we're just going to take these beautiful trifles, all right? We're going to set these on here. See how
One
nice
more
that
here.
is? You guys are great. Look at that.
Woo!
All right, now we have these,
What
which
are
called
those?
crisp pearls. All right, so you might want to try one.
Okay.
And every dessert needs some kind of texture, right?
Right, yeah.
So what we have here is from good friends of ours, we purchased these. These are salted caramel crisp pearls, and they're just going to add a really nice texture and flavor to this dessert. And then we simply just kind of sprinkle these on, all right? See how beautiful that is? And if they'll get around, they'll roll around on you.
That's why we have dogs.
Exactly, exactly. And if you notice, JoJo's running around here. So
Oh, yeah. But not too much.
Take care,
Look for the dog.
And then just, any green that you want to use, a little mint, if you want to use a little fresh basil, just really anything to just give it a little pop of color as we're doing here. You see how nice that looks? It really is, because look, again, we eat with our eyes, but really just look at how beautiful.
That is
And you guys
gorgeous.
did that,
We
And
did.
this-
With a little help from our friend.
You did that. You did.
But
Can
Lisa,
we?
please
Maybe?
step in. I want you guys to try this.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
And camera guy, you're getting one too.
Oh, you just made his day.
Yeah, he was trying to make sure of that when you first came in. I
Right?
get something too, right? Mm-hmm. And this is pretty, and it is quick, and it is simple.
It is. It really is. It's all about getting everything prepared ahead of time, and yeah, it's a
my
really nice
goodness.
dish. And you can do these ahead of time as well. Just put them in the fridge, set them overnight, and it's a winner.
I don't know how you do it, but you do it so well. Take these
you.
flavors and put them together. It's just
Every
amazing.
time, every
I have no
time.
words. I have no words, as always. Zeus.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so
I
much.
appreciate you guys.
I think I need another bite. Just to be absolutely sure.
Absolutely.
All right, we're going to keep eating.